to this live on YouTube. Thank you for joining that to serve you guys better. Of this family, there's a lot of things. All right, I am by name Educator Mike. And we all know the importance of this particular live streaming channel. And can those that been part of us before now, you can testify that a lot of things have been discussed here that have been a support to our right. So always be part of us as we did to grow and take this healthy living to a global scale. It needs your commitment, it needs your participation, it needs all of us to be part of it. Share this link to groups where you belong to and even your friends and families that would want them to join in this live streaming. And we're going to make you to stay on the know. So, and if you have any question as we are making our discussions today, do well to put it on the comment section. I will attend to it as soon as possible. So yesterday we started our discussion on insomnia, right, which is a sleepless night, inability to sleep, or which is inability to fall asleep or even stay asleep to different causes. Of course, we mentioned a lot of causes yesterday. We say it can be a sort of medical issue, all right? It can be a sort of environment, the environment you are, can be a sort of what you are taking for the day. If you take like caffeinated drink or heavy meal, all right, you discover that you'll be unable to sleep. So all those, you mentioned a lot of things that could cause this sleepless night, right? So which today we are continuing our discussion on the effects of this sleepless night, which is insomnia, and also the things that we could do to make sure that what we are not having this insomnia or we don't experience it at all. For those that have been experiencing that sleepless night, of course, we mentioned yesterday that this insomnia, which is a lack of sleep, can lead to confusion in the following day. It can make you not to be focused, can make you to feel very weak, right? Right, it can make you to be easily irritated. Any little thing will become irritated. We mentioned that yesterday. So of course, we are going to discuss ways by which we can maintain our sleep cycle, right? By making sure we don't alter or disrupt the circadian rhyme. It will help us to develop ourselves or develop that habit of sleeping well. And as we are sleeping well, that is how our mental health will be properly arranged. And before you know it, all this anxiety, depression, this, that, you will not be experiencing that. And it's very necessary, especially as we have a noisy world today. There's a lot of things that distract us. There are a lot of things that makes us to a kind of lose it at some point in time or in life. So, but being focused, having enough sleep, all right, is going to help us get some certain things right. Even if you are taking decisions, if you have enough sleep and wake up healthy and sound, you can make better decisions. Very important. But if you didn't get enough sleep, anything you are doing, you are not focused, right? Now, the effects of sleep, of a sleepless night, which is insomnia, right? What are the effects? What could make someone, what could be the outcome of someone not sleeping? I will recommend that you sleep at least 7 hours every night. All right, between 7 to 9 hours is fine every night. Why? It's going to do what? It's going to improve your health. So that is the major thing that we achieve. All right, of course, nothing that is better than your health. So that is it. So now we are going to mention them one after the other. What could be the effect of this sleepless night, and how do we manage it at the end of the day, or how do we overcome them? Right, so we are going to mention them one after the other. Number one is what? Poor concentration. Just like I've mentioned, poor concentration. In the following day, you discover that what? You cannot concentrate in your activities. All right, you you may make mistakes. If you are someone that working in office, you may make mistake where you are supposed to sign, where you the focus is not there. Even if someone is talking to you, not concentrate as expected due to the fact that you did not relax your central nervous system. You are distracted due to what? Lack of sleep. Right, so now of course, there is another number two that we're going to mention is what we call weakened immune system as one of the effects of sleepless night. And you may ask me how does sleepless night or not having enough sleep lead to weakened immune system? And I will explain. Now, if you didn't get enough sleep, sound sleep, as expected at night, of course, those time that you are relaxed or you are sleeping, that is when cells replicate. That is when the body rejuvenate and it kind of rebuild itself for the next day activities. So failure to get that enough rest that will help to replicate, all right, you discover that what? Your immune system will be weakened. All right, so not having enough sleep, having insomnia, it can lead to sleepless night. Right, so please take note of that and have enough sleep. If there's anything that's making you not to have enough sleep, you better you control them. If it is hypertension, you control it. All right, if it's a sort of a nocturia, all right, waking up to go and urinate, making you to have a fragmented sleep, check for the underlying cause of that nocturia. Right, what is really making you to urinate frequently at night, settle that particular issue so that you'll be having your normal sleep. If it's alcohol that is giving you fragmented sleep, cease alcohol intake, or even reduce alcohol. Don't take it during bedtime. If it's caffeinated drink, anything that will make you not to sleep fine at night, reduce it, because of what? You are weakening your what? Immune system. The body will not have enough chance to rejuvenate. It will not have enough chance to become stronger so as to um, help you and fight diseases. All right, so if you're having insomnia, just know that what? Your immune system definitely is going to be weakened. That is number two that we'll mention. Another thing is what? Increased risk of diabetes and hypertension. All right, even anxiety. Sleepless nights or lack of sleep or inability to maintain sleep, right, can lead to increased risk of having diabetes. It can lead to increased risk of hypertension. Of course, if you not get enough sleep, your blood pressure can go high, all right, because of what? At that particular point in time, probably what is causing it is a sort of secretion of cortisol, right? Instead of serotonin, is cortisol that is being secreted in the body, making to stay active, and that cortisol is capable of picking up your blood pressure. So if you didn't get enough sleep, it increases your risk of having hypertension, your risk of having diabetes, and also increases your risk of having anxiety. Right, you'll be anxious of some certain things when you see a situation, you don't approach it constructively, all right? You become afraid to tackle something, to be able to approach some certain issues, and it's going to actually affect you, all right? So please take note of that, and understand it well. I say what, when you are not getting enough sleep, it can increase your risk of having hypertension, your risk of having diabetes, because of what, not having enough sleep. Remember, if you ask me, how does it increase the chance of having diabetes, all right? Now we can take it this way. Not having enough sleep, do you know that it increases unnecessary cravings? Yeah, not having enough sleep increases the cravings for carbs, all these sugary things. And the more you consume them, the more you are at a very high risk of developing type 2 diabetes. All right, so it's better you sleep, you have enough rest, calm your nerves at night up to 7 hours or 9 hours every night, so that when you wake up sound and healthy. So I let me say it again. I say not having enough sleep, having insomnia, increases your risk of having diabetes, your risk of having cancer, your risk of having diabetes, your risk of having hypertension, and your risk of having anxiety, all right? Not having enough sleep at night. So the next one we're going to mention is mood swing. We're talking about the outcomes. What will this inability to sleep, what can it cause? What can be the outcome? It can lead to mood swing, all right? Your mood will be fluctuating. It will fluctuate to happiness, the next time depression, the next time it will not be stable, all right? Which will leave you what, irritated. It will just make you what, to stay what, irritated. You just be very angry for no obvious reason, all right? So you just be getting angry anyhow, so it leaves you what, to become irritated. I've mentioned a lot of that. I see it weakens immune system, it increases your chances of having hypertension, diabetes, and even anxiety. It increases your risk of having mood swing and even irritability, and also it makes you to have what, poor concentration. All those things are the outcomes of not having enough sleep at night, which we encourage. Do well to sleep well at night, because that what heals your system. That's when what makes the body, the cells of the body, to have the opportunity, right, to replicate as expected. That when the cells have enough time to replicate, right, at that particular point in time. At that time, the rate of catabolism is very, very low. What do I mean by catabolism? Metabolic processes in which there's a breaking down of materials in the body. There's anabolism and catabolism. So at that particular point in time, catabolic processes is decreased and anabolic process is at a very high level. So at that time, the body takes time to rebuild itself. So that's what actually happens. So now the next thing we're going to discuss now is about um the healthy tips, or the important things we're expected to do to have enough sleep or sleep well at night, because these things I'm going to mention now will help even those that have been having this issue of insomnia, or even people that want to prevent it. Is going to help them um, to overcome it, right, on time. Now, number one we're going to mention is that what you need to keep to the schedule, right? Your sleeping time schedule. For instance, if you are expected to sleep, or maybe usually sleep by 8 p.m., all right, make sure that tomorrow maintain the time. Why did I say so? Yesterday I mentioned the circadian rhyme, all right, which is the body's clock. It's just like a clock that is regulating the sleep and wake cycle and even other metabolic activities in the body. So when you are sleeping, the body is expected to know when you are about to sleep, all right? that time you're about to sleep, maintain that period. If you make it to be regular, today you sleep by 7, tomorrow 8, next tomorrow 9, the next day by 12 a.m. Before you know it, you will have the difficulty in sleeping. All right. Now, what makes you think that people experience this? For instance, um if you usually defecate maybe after waking up, maybe you just defecate and go about your activities, you take your bath and so on, and maybe due to one or two activities, you find yourself, maybe you did something in the morning, a lot of activities, you find yourself defecating maybe around that kind 12 p.m. or even 1. Tomorrow you do the same thing, next tomorrow you do the same thing. Few days after, you find out that your system have changed. You will not be having that urge to go and defecate in the morning as you usually do. The timing is now different. So when you now be having the urge to go and defecate, will be that 12 or 1. That is circadian rhyme. It regulates the time. When you adopt a particular habit, it takes it in and record it that this is the time you are doing this activity, and it will record it. All right. So tomorrow is going to allow your system to still do it at that particular point in time. So relating it to this insomnia, if you are sleeping just anytime you wish, right? Not scheduling your time, it can actually affect your sleep. It will make you not to have what a sound sleep. It may make you not to that is unable to get a sleep or even stay asleep for a long period of time. You may be having fragmented sleep, just sleep, wake up, and so on. You will not have a sound sleep that will make you to concentrate the next day, of which I mentioned a lot of things that um, this sleep can cause, right? It can cause a lot of issues. Now, the number two we are going to mention is that you need to wind down. You need to wind down, all right? Just like if you are winding down the volume of music that is playing, all right? If you want to maintain a healthy sleep, learn to wind down. When is approaching like 30 minutes to when you want to sleep, what you need to do, if you're having your phone, right, focusing on your phone, just keep the phone, as in begin to disconnect some activities that you are engaging on that time. Just keep other things aside, put some things aside. If you're in a lighted environment, like your room is well lighted, reduce the light, or if possible off it totally, all right, and maintain um that that environment. Make sure that what is environment that can make you to sleep as fast as possible. So wind down, just disconnect to from many activities that you are doing at that time. If you are focusing on your phone, drop it at that time. I mentioned this yesterday about this suprachiasmatic nucleus, that I say that whenever it senses an environment that well lighted, that it normally send a message to the central nervous system, telling the central nervous system that this is the day. Oh, you understand that this is day. And when the central nervous system notices that this is the day, all right, it will secrete hormones that will make you to stay active instead of secreting serotonin that will make you to go and sleep, all right, or make you to fall asleep. So, but when you off all those lights, it will enable you to sleep. So now make sure that what you wind down. Number three is your bedroom. All right. Let your bedroom be strictly for um let your bedroom be strictly for sleep, and avoid other activities. Avoid television in your bedroom. You cannot be watching television and expect yourself to sleep. No, you won't sleep. All right. So if you are watching television, off your television. In fact, let television not be in your bedroom, because it will tempt you to watch it, and as you are watching it, you will hardly fall asleep. All right. So you leave television to be what on the living room, all right, alone, all right. In your bedroom, let it be strictly for um for rest, for sleeping. So please make it in that way, and you discover that what even with your environment that you are going to arrange in such a way that it's not going to be too hot or too cold, and also the light is conducive that we enable you to sleep. You see that you are going to fall asleep definitely. Now, number four that we're going to mention is that make sure you don't take what caffeinated drink and even heavy meals, right? Caffeinated drink like all this cola, all this fearless and other this thing. Even there's one buy from health stores like passion energy drink, all those ones. Please make sure you don't use them um before going to bed, right? Because it will make you not to sleep. Instead of making you to sleep, it will make you to remain active. So they are not recommended if you want to gain a very sound sleep. All right. So please do that. And also heavy meals. If you must take meals, take it around, let's say, that is heavy meal, let's say around 7 p.m., 6 p.m., so that um, whenever it's time for sleep, you can sleep sound and sleep very fine without any distraction, without the sleep being disrupted. If you take a very heavy meal at midnight, definitely going to disrupt your sleep. It will make you not to sleep fine as expected. So please take note of that. In one of my videos, I've explained about what happened to someone when you eat heavy meal at night and wake up in the day and you discover that you are still hungry. All right, I've explained this. All right, what happens that makes you to become hungry the next day after eating heavy meal at night. If you are not familiar with it, or you didn't watch the video, you can ask me how on the comment section. I will attend to it. But let me finish up the discussion before any question. But if you have any question, you can still put on the comment section. I will attend to it while after what I'm discussing now. After this our discussion. Now the next thing we are going to mention, I say avoid what caffeinated drink and even heavy meals, right? As one of the strategies to overcome insomnia, right? One of the major strategies to overcome insomnia and make you to stay focused the next day, concentrated, and make you to have enough energy that will help you do your activities as expected for the day. The next thing is what you need to exercise during the day. All right, is another strategy to gain enough sleep at night, not within the time of sleep. Please take note. During the day, exercise enough, all right, that will enable you to secrete serotonin when you want to fall asleep, right? When you want to fall asleep, it will enable you as that time to fall asleep. But when you do this exercise for the day, it will kind of it will kind of rejuvenate your cell and help in normal regulation of different hormones and different activities in your body. So having enough exercise by the day helps you to gain enough sleep or make you to sleep fine at night. You can experiment that and give us a feedback here. Is very practical, as in very practical, and it's very possible. All right. So if you sleep well, if you exercise well by the day, you sleep well at night. So try that out. The last one we're going to mention, number 6, about tips that will enable you to sleep well at night, is that what um you need to do. What you need to maintain this habit, right? If you want to fall asleep and you cannot fall asleep at that particular point in time, what we do, move away from your bedroom, just come to the living room, make sure everywhere is quiet. You can just stay, all right? If possible, you can do meditation. If you can't do meditation, you can do prayer, right? Pray. Just very simple prayer. Anything that will make your system to be more relaxed, more focused, not be distracted. Don't think about different things. Just think about, meditate about a particular thing, or just concentrate. Before you know it, the sleep will come, and once the sleep come, you gently move to the bedroom and get enough sleep as expected. All right, so that is what we do. So for me, let it be a habit. If you want to gain enough sleep as expected, and we are not seeing the sleep, what you just do, just go to the living room, stay for a while, being calm, engaging in meditation or even prayer, then come back to the bedroom and sleep. You discover you sleep very fine at night. So if you have any question, you can put into the comment section. And if you are joining us for the first time, do well to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also don't forget to share the link of this channel to groups where you belong to, and even um, your family and friends that you want them to benefit from this live streaming. This is Healthy Living Global. We stream every day by 10 a.m. and we're always committed to. All right, so I said our goal is very simple, to take this healthy. That is our goal, that is our mission, that's what we are committed to do. If you want to chat me for anything, free consultation, I'm going to guide you the best of my knowledge. You can contact me on 07088 611 262 07088 611 262. It is free of charge for now. All right, so that is what we can be able to give you guys now. I'm very committed to see that you gain a healthy life. So someone say, does alcohol cause sleep or reduce sleep? All right, so for people that believe that alcohol causes someone to sleep or makes you to sleep and forget your sorrow, that your sorrow will remain there. If you sleep, after the sleep you wake up, you see the sorrow, it will still be there. Nothing will do your sorrow, nothing will happen to that your sorrow. If you are done taking alcohol, you after everything, once the thing clear, your sorrow will remain. All right, now alcohol can only give what we call fragmented sleep. Why did I say so? When you take alcohol, especially in excess, it will make you to be urinating often. You go and urinate, it's part of what causes nocturia. All right, so you go and urinate, you come back and urinate, you come back. That distraction, that time of breaking of all those sleep cycle. All right, you are expected to get at least, let's say, 4 hours straight, then you go and urinate, then you take another. But if you take alcohol, you discover that you can be able to go and urinate, like, let's say, 4 times, 5 times at night, which is not expected to be so. So alcohol can only give you fragmented sleep, not a complete sleep that is required, which we say, do not take alcohol, all right, before going to bed. Very important. And don't think alcohol takes away sorrow. Alcohol does not take away sorrow. Alcohol temporarily make you to be unconscious. After that, you continue from where you stopped. All right, that's what alcohol does. So don't be deceived by anyone. All right, so which is the reason we discourage excessive use of alcohol due to your liver. You might think you are doing yourself good, you don't know that you are killing your liver gradually, and once you lead to liver scarring, all this liver cirrhosis, you are gone. So that is the thing, which is the reason we encourage you guys to do the needful. Like those that we go and take excessive alcohol and are having headache and go and take paracetamol, you're on your own. You are overworking the liver the more, which is liver have to process alcohol and still come and process excessive paracetamol. Uh, if you have further questions, you can put it on the comment section, guys. Let me round up. Thank you for joining us for today. Thank you all. Thank you for this live streaming today. Tomorrow we'll have other topics that we're going to discuss. Healthy Living Global, we're not backing down, we're not going on break. We always committed to give you guys tips that will enable you to gain a healthier life, to grow your health, to engage in this healthy journey. All right, let's take this healthy living, your own healthy living, my healthy living, and all our healthy living to a global scale. Let people see it, let people live by it, let people walk with it, and let it become something that will change the world someday. So do well to always be part of us. Share the links of our live streaming to groups where you belong to. It will enable them to be committed in their effort to live a healthier life. Because when you live a healthier life and become okay, it will also affect me by me taking um, um, some exemplary life, all right, from you, and also it will help and reduce what the healthcare burden that is on the people of Nigerians and even the world at large. So please, as you are living a healthy life, you are helping me, and as I'm living a healthy life, I'm helping you also. So we need to work in synergy, both the health workers and healthcare providers, to achieve this aim. Just like people that are living in an area where a contagious disease is very endemic, all right, in an in an environment where a particular disease is endemic, you discover that um, when you prevent it from your own end, you are actually cutting the chain of disease transmission. I've explained the chain of disease transmission severally and given a lot of examples. So please cut chain of disease transmission by making your own effort so as not to contract a particular disease, and it's going to go a long way in helping us to grow our health or take us to a greater level. Thank you guys for being part of us today. I remain health educator Mike. See you guys tomorrow by um by 10 a.m. for our live streaming. Thank you.